You know, when you think of a guinea pig, you probably get a picture in your head of a cute, squeaking little pet, right? But what if I told you that furry friend has a history that goes back thousands of years, all the way to the high mountains of South America? Yeah, it's a story that's way more surprising than most of us ever imagined.
So let's just ask the question, what is a guinea pig? For most of us, the immediate thought is, a small, gentle pet, probably nibbling on some carrots or lettuce in a cage. But for almost its entire history, the guinea pig wasn't a pet at all. It was something, well, something much more fundamental.
And here's the contrast, right here. On one side, you have our modern idea of a cute little pet, but on the other side, you have the ancient reality. For the people living in what's now Peru, the guinea pig was a practical, reliable, and totally crucial source of protein. It was an essential part of daily life.
So, how in the world does a wild rodent, a cavy from the Andes, become this cornerstone of an entire civilization? Let me tell you, this was no accident. It was actually a brilliant story of people adapting to a really unique and challenging environment.
To really get the guinea pig, you first have to understand the Andes. We're talking about a land of incredible extremes, super high mountains, deep valleys, dry coasts. Living there required amazing flexibility and a clever way of using every single resource you had. And large herd animals like cattle just weren't always a practical option.
And this is where the sheer genius of the Andean people comes into play. I mean, why a guinea pig? Well, think about it. They're small, they're easy to manage, they reproduce incredibly fast. You don't need a big pasture for them, you can just feed them kitchen scraps. For a family living in that kind of challenging landscape, this was like the perfect, self-sustaining source of protein. Probably the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like this. The guinea pig was to an Andean household what the chicken is to so many other cultures around the world. It was just a normal, everyday part of domestic life, raised right there at home for the family's needs.
But its role didn't just stop at the dinner table, not even close. The guinea pig was woven so deeply into the fabric of daily life that its importance grew into something much, much bigger than just being a source of food.
And, there's a simple truth here. When an animal becomes that central to how people live day to day, it's never just an animal anymore. Sure, it feeds the body, but it also becomes a part of the society's symbolic world. It takes on a bigger meaning.
And that is exactly what we see with the guinea pig. It wasn't just found in kitchens, it was used in really important ceremonies and even played a key part in traditional healing practices. It connected everything, the home, the kitchen, and even the spiritual world.
Okay, so you might be thinking, how do we know all this stuff? Well, the proof isn't written in some old history book. It's literally written in the ground itself. Archaeologists have found a ton of physical evidence that tells this small animal's very big story.
And the clues they've found are just fascinating. For example, when archaeologists find guinea pig bones in the remains of ancient kitchens, that's pretty clear evidence they were a regular source of food. But then, when they find those same bones carefully placed in ceremonial burials, that points to that deeper symbolic importance. See, the context of where you find them is everything. So when you put all of these pieces together, it proves something really vital. Domesticating the guinea pig wasn't some random accident. It was a deliberate, totally ingenious, and long-standing Andean tradition that tells us so much about the creativity of these ancient societies.
So from this really unique origin story in the Andes, the guinea pig's journey doesn't stop. In fact, it starts this remarkable adventure that would eventually take it all across the globe.
And what a journey it's been. I mean, for thousands and thousands of years, it's this vital part of life in the Andes. Then, boom, the 1500s hit. European traders carry it across the ocean, and its entire meaning starts to shift, eventually leading to the role it has today as a beloved pet all over the world.
In the end, the story of the guinea pig is just this fantastic reminder that real important history isn't always about giant empires and epic battles. Sometimes, the story of a small, humble animal can tell you everything you need to know about a civilization's ingenuity, its resilience, and its culture.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. The story of the guinea pig was hidden in plain sight this whole time. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other ordinary things in our own lives have some kind of extraordinary history just waiting for us to discover it?